Good morning, folks. Today I'm reporting live from Beverly Street, where a gruesome crime has occurred just this morning. I'm here with the one and only witness to this horrible murder, Julia Tenhope. Julia, can you tell me what you saw here this morning?
I'm sorry, wait, what's going on?
The murder.
Murder? What murder?
The one you witnessed this morning.
Oh dear, I seem to have forgotten.
What is going on? You already told me which way the boat was going.
I did? Oh, no.
If this is some kind of practical joke, it's not funny. And I know funny. I'm a clownfish.
No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm so sorry. See, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss. I don't believe this.
No, it's true. I forget things almost instantly. It runs in my family. Well, I mean, at least I think it does. Where are they?
Memories are the power or ability of the mind to retain things. Short-term memories are stored for relatively short amounts of time, such as what you ate for breakfast. But if a significant event is to be remembered, then it must be built into your brain by rearranging the neurons. This process is formed together by multiple biochemical reactions that take place inside your brain.
First, a protein called Krebs enters the nuclei of the brain cells and activates specific genes. This is called transcription. These genes that are activated then produce structural proteins that imprint the memory into the brain. The structural proteins strengthen the ability to send chemical and electrical messages from one neuron to another.
So if we have the ability to retain all these memories, where are they stored? Well, the physical surface in which memories are attached to is known as the engram. It has been long believed that engrams only exist in neural networks and not in a specific place. However, it has been demonstrated that specific memories can be lured into particular neurons. If these neurons are damaged or removed, then the memories will disappear. But if the neurons are reactivated, then the memories will reappear. Studies explain why the brain categorizes each memory to specific groups of cells and how the brain links these groups together and organizes them in ways to promote optimum memory storage. Neurobiologist Alcino Silva stated,
We have now gotten to the point that we know enough about memory and how memories are formed that we can actually find the engram of a specific memory, and by finding it, we can in fact manipulate it.
Silva and other scientists do not believe that they can wipe clean every bit of memory, only certain parts.
All mammals have a region in their brain called the amygdala. It is an almond-shaped sector where fear memories are stored.
Scientists were able to eliminate a mouse's fearful response to a tone associated with an electric shock by targeting and tampering with the amygdala portion of the brain.
So that's how memories are stored. But what happens when we lose them? Scientists have determined that chemical changes to the Krebs protein are what cause the brain to release some of the retained information. Today I am joined by Dr. Christina Alberini of Brown University, who recently conducted a very intriguing experiment on the memory loss in rats. Dr. Alberini, could you please elaborate on your experiment to our viewers today?
Why, yes, of course, Julia. My experiment focused on the specific part of the brain dealing with memory loss called the fornix. The fornix is a part of the brain that connects to the memory storing chamber. I took a sample of rats and split them into two parts, one with a damaged fornix and one without. Both sets of rats were given a choice between two chambers, one that led to an electric shock and one that led to nothing. My observations were quite interesting. The rats with their fornix left untouched remembered not to go into the chamber with the electric shock for up to a month, whereas the ones with the damaged fornix forgot after only 6 hours.
How interesting! Who knew that the fornix was such an important part of retaining memories? Who even knew what a fornix was? I didn't.
Well, now you do!
After doing a bit of research on my own, I uncovered a few causes of memory loss in humans, specifically short-term memories. For example, Atlantic mussel food poisoning is in fact a unique cause of short-term memory loss. The mussels contain a toxin called domoic acid, which affects nerve tissues related to memory in the brain.
Well, I don't think I've ever eaten a fish.
Memory loss is classified and stored into two different groups, short-term and long-term, and these groups are really quite different. In short-term memory loss, the memories are more likely to leave your brain faster. There's a smaller storage capacity for these memories, and your brain can't handle an overload of this information. We need to be constantly reminding ourselves in order to retain this information. Memories that are most easily stored are physical qualities of an experience.
In long-term memory loss, it is much more permanent, has a more significant and lasting impression on the brain. Any information transferred from the short-term memory to long-term memory will be permanently stored, meaning that the storage capacity is limitless. Long-term memory is much more resilient and not easily affected.
Living with memory loss is often hard for many people. Alzheimer's and PTSD are two common examples of memory loss diseases and disorders that many people suffer from. Post-traumatic stress is caused by deactivating neurons in the amygdala that are associated or linked to the fearful memory or event. This causes a person to begin to lose memory of the traumatic experience and begin to forget what has happened. Soldiers are some of the most common sufferers of PTSD, although they aren't the only ones. Their experiences at war are unbearable and very hard to imagine, leading to PTSD.
No! Excuse me. No. Are you alright?
I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on. I think I lost somebody, but I can't remember.
Memory loss is a hard obstacle that many people have to face every day. However, there are ways in which scientists are beginning to mend memory, specifically after a stroke or a degenerative disease. Most people who suffer from this have to relearn how to perform simple everyday tasks, such as tying your shoes.
Oh, I forget!
They must perform these tasks repeatedly until it is recopied into their memory storage. Barbara Wilson, a neuropsychologist, states,
We can now begin to help people adapt to, understand, bypass, and compensate for their memory difficulties.
Studies are being conducted to better understand brain activation patterns in search for ways to help the brain repair itself.
Julia, do you remember anything at all?
Anything at all about what?
The murder.
The murder? There was a murder? What murder?